to focus on? Me? That's actually a good question. That I mean, yes, yes. Like no one's ever asked me that before. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. There's always something that I could bone up on a bit. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, my life is so hectic. I need to get my meditation back where it needs to be. You know what I'm saying? I could be practicing my dead languages a lot more than I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. Like, hell. Yeah. Short answer, yes. You know, yes, absolutely. There is things that I can do to improve. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, yeah. I could always be practicing more, huh? Yeah, because we still waiting on the Latin course, child. Like what? That I, it is just gonna be a bunch of spit all over y'all phone. Y'all trying to rule them R's. Like Latin. I do suggest if you're interested in Latin to approach it by yourself. That's one of the one things that I do say do on your own. Latin is a really hard thing to learn. And I'm not even saying I'm the best at it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm pretty good. I'm good. I'm good enough to get the point across. But um, like Latin is one of them things that I suggest if you have interest in learning that you really like knuckle down and you know what I'm saying? Like if you're really interested in it, like it's something that you really got to be super interested in because Latin is one of them things that true Latin to have like a conversation in Latin, nobody really knows how to do that because the dialect is so old. You know what I'm saying? So uh um yeah. Let me see. Uncle Brandon, when is the first Sunday Papa Legba came through heavy when you in spirit? But I don't know what to say about that, honey. Uh, uh, and first Sunday is only on the first of the month, first weekend of the month. Yes, please, guys, get your ring shout tickets. Get your ring shout tickets. Hi, y'all. Get your ring shout tickets. We are. Let me see. Yes, ring shout tickets are available. Any questions on that? Does everybody got your questions out of the way? As far what I know is not because I'm going to be steady trying to convince people until the day we get to New Orleans. Book recommendations on okay, let me get something clear, y'all. Like I will never, okay, never answer any questions based in voodoo. Like now I figured some of these people asking me this is new here. So I will never hear me now. People that I will never teach you anything dealing in the Loa. Hi baby, welcome home. I will never bait you at all, firstly, but I will never bait you with the knowledge that I have about other ATRs. We don't do that over here. Okay? 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 Some fire! Like, we got to understand it. Hey, pudding butter. I know. I know. We like to compare Uncle Brandon. I've been called every leg but walking. Okay, I get it. All right, it is an honor. I still ain't answering no questions about it. Okay, if you want your questions answered, should I? What should I prepare for when entering the ring shout? Being in all white and unexpected. Okay, being in all white and open. Sunfire, what you doing? A lady told me I should research that. That lady is trying to get you hurt. Okay. If now what I was saying, I am but Tink Tink. Okay, I'll look again, honey. Um um. Let me see. We get the ride share together. Why you always go to bed when I want to talk? No, you're not old. You seasoned. I'm just saying. I want to talk, and you want to go to bed. Hey, Puddin'. But yeah, no. So let's leave the Loa out of the conversations in the House of Midnight. Ask me about the spirits of conjure. You know, if you have the gall to. Ask me about things of that nature. But let's keep the voodoo out of here, please. Respectfully. You know, my cousins do very well teaching their religion. And I could point you into some wonderful ways, okay? I can point you to some wonderful people who know their shit, okay? But no, okay? But I'm Louisianan, Creole. He walks proudly with you. Is beautiful. Oh, thanks. Thank you. Let me see. Got weird question. Okay. Can one be an atheist and still work with the ancestors? That's a damn good question, but okay, now, firstly, very mature question, very enlightened question. I can only answer this from my stand. You don't want to come up here and talk to me, lady. Shit, get on your damn camera. Okay, I can only say this from my point of view. Okay, now, like Mama Sunfire, other elders can all come at this a different way. So I'm gonna give you my part, okay? Okay? All right. That's just giving that pre-discretion. All right. In my belief system, we believe that we are living pieces of the true God. So to be atheistic towards the belief of that kind of neglects that entire connection. Hey y'all, you know what I'm saying? So at that, so you get where I'm going here. So I'm not saying this to be like speaking down to you because to each his own. Like, but in my practice, we believe we date all the way back to the living breath. You know what I'm saying? So I would say in my practice, no. But that's just my practice. Sunfire, you got quiet. Where the hell you at? Thank you.
I'm not. I'm
Thank
not
you.
fooling with you. I got my grandson over here. I ain't fooling with you. Hey y'all. Hey
See, see
family.
that means little man connected to me. He seems to always be there when we talk. And so that means you're supposed to be on here talking to me.
Yeah.
So what you
I
think?
get
In my practice, I say no.
okay, and that's fair because that's your practice.
Yes,
That's why it's yours.
exactly.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I would say, and I'm not going to be here long because I'm going to bed. I would say, in my
Ha!
understanding, one who is you hear him talking junk. One for me, an atheist is very simple. An atheist to me is one who simply doesn't believe in the existence of God of any kind.
Yes.
And so with that being said, it doesn't mean that because they don't believe or accept the existence of a God that they are that
Neglect
they
of
hate religion
spirituality.
or that they are devil worshippers or that they're
Agreed.
any of those
Agreed.
things.
Yes.
It just means that they don't support the belief that there is a God.
Yes.
Now, when you do ancestral veneration, you don't have to, in my understanding, that you don't have to believe in a God to venerate and accept and appreciate your ancestors. That's just the way I see it. So,
Especially Paleolithic religion, because at that point, like you gotta look at it, because in some of the Asian practices, there isn't a central god figure in that sense. It's more of a lineage based thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? So there I agree. And like I said, it really does depend on what practice you're standing in front of.
yep.
Like if that's the case, you know what I'm saying? Cause that's really on the wire there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because hell, I've heard that you could be an atheist and be a Mason, which I didn't know was a thing. And I was like, oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah. See?
I
See?
guess you could
See?
not believe in or accept the belief that there is any gods and still practice a
Sacred.
civic fraternity. Most of them go to church of some sort. So I don't know how that works, but if you can work it.
Oh, okay. So, she says, I guess the reason why I lean towards atheism is because my brain can't process logic and faith. Okay, that's a greater argument at that point. You know what I'm saying? That like you said, I need some protection. Mookie inbox me. That's a greater argument at that point, because what is faith? Faith is not knowing. Faith has nothing to do with logic.
Mm-hmm.
Like faith is so. Honestly, there are two different lanes there that like you had. Now, I'm a very practical, very what you a realist, as one would say. I'm a downer when it comes to certain shit. Like some of my delusional friends who are about manifesting things based in delusion. Like I'm not one of those people. I tell you that straight up. Like, you know what I'm saying? If no, god damn it, if 1 and 1 ain't making 2, you ain't gonna get 16. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you ain't gonna hit me with that. But if you're in a order, then and you're following things out, then sure. I lost my point there, but whatever. What they say?
Well, I would say that there are some folks who need evidence and some folks who need this tangible knowing. I need to be able to put my hand on it. And I'm somewhat like that too. So I'm more science driven. And because of that, I'd like to understand the intricate working parts and I also go through this process of, rational thinking, reasoning, why this
Same,
could be a
same.
thing. And so while I'm not an atheist, I definitely
Get it,
think differently.
and you get
Well,
it.
yeah. Listen, I struggle. I struggle with candle work.
But we all have our methods. You know what I'm saying? In that sense, you say, what are your thoughts on karma? I believe that karma affects those who believe in it. I'm not gonna hold you because there are plenty of assholes who get away with being assholes every day. We are seeing the state of our. Never mind. I don't want to flag, but you get it.
Yeah. That thing loud. Don't you want to turn that down, son? Okay, thank you. Good gravy.
He getting so
Okay,
big.
so I mean, so I have different feelings. I know that there are levels to karma. Um, the part that I'm most familiar about is reincarnation and coming back as something else. And I understand that part of that is dealing with classism and understanding the roles of, if you sinned in your life, you come back as something less than or a lower class.
Mm-hmm.
But I've since learned that there are different types of karma. So um, by and large, if you look at it as maybe closer to the law of cause and effect, maybe.
Yeah, I give you that. I'll give
You
you that.
know,
But yeah.
so I I think maybe with cause and effect, as I know that if for everything that happens, for everything that happens, there's an effect to it, and vice versa. There's an effect because there's something that caused it, and then there's some external variables that can affect things. But for me, I don't even really deal with karma. I recognize that karma is not reaping what you sow. Karma is more, again, cause and effect. But I realize that because I like working with code, I'm somewhat moving away from the word spirit
Mm-hmm.
and things like that. I recognize that there are entities and energies outside of or beyond myself, but I call them all universally codes, the
Mm-hmm.
data, the information,
Mm-hmm.
the spiritual DNA. And so because I'm beginning to look at things that way, it helps me to understand faith and logic. It takes the spookism or the spookiness of the spiritual stuff from it. So it gives me a better perspective, a better understanding of what is spiritually happening because I can look at it scientifically.
Absolutely.
So it just depends.
It depends on what you're standing in front of.
LaDonna said something. Right, friend. You're right. What you stand in front of, right. Look what LaDonna said.
Is that why do y'all think women suffer more than men, especially physically? Woman, would you like to answer that?
Um, that's going to be kind of different because one mind says women don't suffer more than men, and then on the other hand, they do because of patriarchy. um, and so I don't think that has anything to do with quote unquote God or spirits. I think it has everything to do with society and how women are now perceived or how women have been perceived through history. And so by and large, women being perceived to
Okay.
be the weaker vessels
Can I jump
are
in there?
often preyed upon.
Can I jump? Can I jump
What'd you
in there?
say?
I just got something that just gripped my craw real quick, and I just got to
What?
say it. It gripped my craw, and I just got to say it. And I'm gonna say this at the risk of getting some lashback, but it's on my soul, so I'm just gonna say it. Would y'all bear with me? Okay? Would y'all bear with me? Okay. Now, granted, we do know a great deal of patriarchy is to deal with. a lot of the shit that's going on. We get this part. Now, let's get more into the practical sense of some of the problems that individuals are experiencing, because a lot of it is the acceptance of a fairy tale mindset. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and with that being said, I've seen and I know individuals to idolize certain moments or things in the media, even with media being books or poetry or anything like you know what I'm saying, like the white picket fence and shit energy. You get me? Like, because
Mm-hmm.
one of the things that like the hook that grabbed my cruder right then and there, that came right to my mind, was the idea of the marriage thing. Now we all know a lot of men have issues with commitment. We know this. This is not something that I'm bringing to the table. Is not new. You know what I'm saying? We know that, and this is white or black. Okay, like a lot of men have issues with heavy commitment. Be it marriage, X, Y, and Z. Now, what always confused me though, this is what in modern thinking, in the modern woman and women, and I have a majority women followers, so maybe you all can educate me, okay? And is the idea that most women still look for that white wedding energy. You know what I'm saying? And and most people don't know what the history behind that stuff really is. You know, I'm a man who runs strictly off of history. A lot of the things that I talk about magically, medicine, is all based in historical stuff. Okay, now historically, women had no choice of marriage. They had no choice. No choice. Matter of fact, women were used as pawns in marriages to, to bond nations. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna marry you off to him or them over there because it's good for the family. Y'all were bartering chips. You know what I'm saying? Like, historically. So the fact that is, y'all get where I'm going? Like, the fact that most women grow up really desiring that image is wild to me. Like, it's wild. Like most people think the white wedding dress means purity. It has nothing to do with purity. Like it has, like, this is systematic brainwashing that everybody has been a victim of. And not everybody, poor people. I'ma just say it like it is. Like this is what lower middle class have been victimized to popularize because of selling trends. I'ma keep it a buck. I've never understood it. Like why do so many women still want to be married? I don't get it. Can somebody please answer that for me? Not. I get why you want to be a mother. I get why you, but why does so many women still want to be married? I don't get it. I don't, and I don't understand it. I really don't. Like why?
I I can't answer you why, but I think maybe it's more so why they feel a need
A need.
to
There we
have.
go. There we go. There we go. Like, and it's a need and still a want. So like why? Like why do you like ignore every red flag that has been waving in front of the whole house? You know what I'm saying? And like, why not build your own? Like, and they say, oh, women have. Now I get that. Let's pay all that. Okay, that's a reason. Okay, but if going into the deal wasn't to build you so that you can be self sufficient on your own, why is there a deal at all? Like, I don't get it. I like you know, like, and because most people don't like, and people keep asking this, and this the shit that really fucked me with me, and this is from the older generation. Sunfire, this is what your mama and them used to would have said. Like, oh, in my generation, we ain't do things. It was so much better. No, it wasn't, honey. You was born 50 years out of slavery. What are you talking about? Your husband barely could stay in the house because of the man's and then was about to drag him out and we was gonna have strange fruit. What are we talking about? I'm not lying. What are you talking about? It has never been a good day in the matrimonial world historically. When?
It's true. They were snatched at their house.
You get snatched. I mean, when was this so-called golden age? When? When were the dates? And like people say, oh, the black family. There's no such thing. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We're creating the black family right now. The one that can stick together, the one who has the choice to stay together and won't be separated. We're doing that now, honey. Before now, it never existed. I'm sorry. Not in the way that you saying it existed. It never existed. Honey, we got here on a ship, okay? Then we were put into chattel slavery, okay? Then your marriages weren't legal. You were in shacks, okay? So at what point, where the math ain't mathing. When was this so-called black household existed? When?
Thriving? You mean talking about thriving?
Thriving and just all together this Huxtable energy. When?
Probably if there was any idea, any indication of that, it would be somewhere after World War One.
And that was short-lived. That was about 20 years. 20 years.
After World. And let me just add to that, around after World War One and probably before World War Two, so somewhere between 1914 and before 1940.
And that's because, oh girl, you preaching today. That's because we were all forced into being broke at one. That's when it wasn't really white and black. Everybody was broke. That was Great Depression energy right there. That's when wasn't shit on tape, wasn't no good food, no bad food. It was all shit. So like everybody had to eat shit together. So that's when the only time when it was kind of leveled up is when everything was so bad that couldn't nobody say they had it better.
I would think, like, when we started looking into the Harlem Renaissance.
Girl, I ain't giving you that one. I'm sorry, and I love you, but that's the top of the heroin epidemic. So
yeah, it was, but I still will say, that's the time. That if we're gonna look at a time frame,
that what they call the so-called golden age, that would be it, huh?
I would think so, because anything after the 1940s or even 1950s. After the 1940s, it was all bad for our culture, period, because of what many of us experienced. But there's this book that I'm going to tell you about. I have not read it yet, but I got it on PDF.
Tell me about it.
My father told me about it. The book is called Cracker Culture.
Oh, I've seen that. Okay, I need to read that.
Yes, it's by Grady McWhiney. It's a white man. On YouTube, there's a video. Let me see if I can find it, give you the right name of it. Something about Ebonics. Thomas Sowell. Thomas Sowell's video about the origin of Black American culture and Ebonics. Okay, now, one of the things that I have learned, my daddy introduced me to this. One of the things that I have learned that much of what we would consider our culture, that is a negative stereotype and the breakdown of our family. Yes, it was our families were targeted. I'll just use that term, was targeted, right? And broken up for reasons. But much of the breakdown and much of the culture that we connect with, that a stereotypical negative culture, was not our original culture. And that culture that we Southern Blacks specifically, and in the Great Migration, those who, that moved away from the South during the Jim Crow period, much of the behaviors of the settlers, those that came from the UK, those that were Irish, those that were Scottish, many of them, that behavior of laziness, rowdiness, broken homes, drunkenness, and all of these stereotypical things that we eventually have been labeled with, was not our original culture. And that there were two types of Black culture running simultaneously. That was the Southern Black culture and the Northern educated culture. And so those that were the educated people began to, especially those in the North, distance themselves from the rural Southerners, Blacks and the white Southerners, because of the negative
country
behaviors,
bumpkin, like
yes, hillbilly, country bumpkin, all that stuff. So I'm saying all that to say that it's a really, really good book, from as I understand it. Again, it's called Cracker Culture by Grady McWhiney.
I'm reading this. Text me that immediately.
And yes, and the violence, someone said violence. And then on YouTube, if you Google, you'll search The Origin of Black American Culture and Ebonics by Thomas Sowell. It's really good. And then there's some other academic workshops or whatever.
Oh, we putting that in book club. We're doing the Cracker Culture, and that's the next book, y'all. Y'all got it, Cracker Culture. We're gonna read that together. She says, so do you think it would be worse for women without being attached to a man, or would it be evolution taking its course? I believe it would be evolution. I believe, because I'm gonna be honest with you, even though I like majority of my family were held together by, like most Black people, our grandparents who stuck together because these cats was one generation out of slavery, so they knew that it wasn't no divorce shit going on. Like you goddamn. But I was raised by strong women. Like now, granted, they had this shit with them, but they were strong women. You know what I'm saying? I've told, I've looked my client, anybody who has had a reading from me can tell you, I'm a straight shooter with my girls. I've looked my clients in their face and say, listen, honey, I'm gonna say this with all the love and respect that I can muster, but I just gotta say it. I can't stand no weak bitch. I can't stand it. Yeah, I need you to toughen up. I wasn't raised by it. My grandmother would slap the shit out you, young lady. Like, I need you to toughen up. You know what I'm saying? No, I can't stand it. I can't stand it. Like, if you want to be a maiden, honey, then okay, wait to be saved. But for those who ready to actually take on that Duchess energy, that big queen, and don't be so quick to call yourself a queen, because let me tell you how limiting that is. Like queens don't get to do as much as you think they do, unless you a queen regnant. Okay, so don't be so quick to put that queen title on your head, because that's already putting you in second place, baby. Okay,
I agree.
So don't be so quick. I would prefer you call yourself a baroness. At least this broad had some land she was swinging around. You know what I'm saying? So you say, don't be so quick to put that I'm a queen. I'm a queen. That means you're number 2, honey. And that means if you had a brother, you wouldn't exist either. Okay?
And of course, your son.
If you had any male around you, your ass is put out. Okay? So don't be so quick to throw that queen name on your head. Okay? And fellas, don't be quick to call yourself no king unless you got the neck to handle the weight.
Mm-hmm. I tend to I like the term, and people flinch when you say it. I like the term goddess.
I love that.
I support that I am the god of my environment.
Of your environment, yes.
The god, but I definitely am a creative force, and therefore
a co-creator.
As a creator and a creatress, if that's what you want to use the term, that's who I am. So queen, those are cute. That's nice. But
limiting.
I'm the head of the, I'm the head of the concubines. That's what I am. That got pull, and I got.
And that's it. That's it. You the concubine that get to wear the good shit.
Yeah, but I'm not diminishing the roles of various queens in our history. All I'm saying is that.
But
as we look at kingdoms,
and let's make it very clear: the women in our history who really ran shit were women kings. Okay, they were women kings. They weren't queens. Like they were not like that. Like hell. Even the African, they were woman kings. Period. Like queens, unless you were a regnant, meaning all the men in your current line had either croaked, too young, or did some wild shit. Your ass could lose your seat at any moment. Okay, so that queen energy, don't be so quick to throw that on your head. Like, unless you really want to be a queen, which and something. Let me tell you, we need queens. We do need queens. We do need someone to keep the stability, because queen do turn the country. She's the mother of the country. You know what I'm saying? But not everybody want to be caught in a number 2 spot. So, and if you're trying to be the lead of your life, stop talking about queen shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's was it regent, queen, regent?
Regnant.
Huh?
Regnant, sorry. Queen
Regent. Regent. R-E-G-E-N-T, regent.
Nah, regent is something different. A regnant is your own right. You're like a queen of your own right. Like a queen regnant is a queen. A queen regent is like, say, if her son is too young to be the king, then she steps in to be the queen, acting until he becomes old enough to be the king. So it's regnant.
That's regent, ain't it?
No.
Okay. Okay. Queen. Now I gotta spell it. What the hell?
It's say it like it's written. Regnant.
I looked it up. I've never heard of that, a regnant. I've heard of regent, R-E-G-E-N-T, but I've never heard of that. And you know what? I don't know everything, damn it. So that's fine.
That means you are a ruler of your own right, meaning you're not married to somebody to get the title.
Hell, I don't even know how to spell it. I see people spelling it. That damn it, I don't even know. I think it's Regnant.
ENT.
Well, hell, I looked it up. I have no idea. I've not heard of that word. And okay, so there you have it. See, it says a queen regnant.
Yep.
Is a woman who rules in her own right, not just because she married a king.
Yep.
She's the one holding the crown, calling the shots, and carrying divine authority.
Yep.
An example of that would be Queen Elizabeth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I've not heard that. So then what's a regent?
A regent is someone who steps in if the ruler is incapacitated or too young. So say if your husband is the king and he got sick and he dubs you the regent, meaning you're in charge until he gets better, or if he dies, you say it like it either passes the crown, but you keep it in the family until he either dies or gets well.
I'm so confused because now it says Queen Elizabeth was a regent. Now, which one is it? Y'all gonna make up your mind which the hell it is? So
She definitely is a regent, like a regent. If she's a regent, it might be over some of the lands that she had. Like she might have been the regent over Ireland, like because Ireland succeeded from the Union. So like that's the thing.